Hey, you're tuned in with Tyski 3 to 4:30 on 107.7 WFCS Radio, The Edge, New Britain, CT. I'm DJ Tyski, and today we're here with
DJ Nye
and Soft Spot, and we're just going to be doing a little on-air interview.
I'm Johnny, I'm the singer, and I play guitar in Soft Spot.
I'm Dave, I play bass.
Yeah, we're only one half of Soft Spot. We used to be 2/3, but now we got another member, so we're only one half now.
How did you guys come up with your band, like your concept and stuff?
Well, so like, I mean, I guess Soft Spot kind of was started while I was kind of during the pandemic, like trying to make music, trying to make this band, and it's all kind of come together within the last few years of just trying to make music and kind of figuring out what we sound like. I mean, a lot of the music that I like to make and that we make is like stuff that I'm consistently like to listen to, you know? So it's like, I don't want to say it's like directly derivative of all that stuff, because it is like a culmination of a lot of stuff. I feel like it isn't just like kind of one band or something that inspires me. But yeah, it was just like, you know, maybe the last, you know, couple years, 3 years, we've really been kind of honing in, trying to find our sound. So I mean, when it's definitely changed since we started and what I started it as. I mean, it was kind of just a project to get my feelings out, to get, you know, stuff out of my head and just kind of put it on paper and put it and be able to record it and stuff. So yeah, no, it's definitely come a long way since then. And musically sounding, I mean, I started that just doing acoustic, and it's all electric. So I mean, it is definitely like just kind of different, you know. But yeah, it's just we've grown a lot, you know, in that time.
Where did you guys come up with the name Soft Spot?
Well, Dave had suggested the name Soft Spot. We threw out a bunch of names. We were a different band name before. We had to change our name, and then so we, you know, we're throwing out stuff. I threw out a couple names, and then Dave was like, I think so this band I really like called Narrowhead, and I think I was just kind of set on, like, I was thinking about them, and I thought about like, oh, what about Sensitive Head? But then there was people who were like, oh, you shouldn't be Sensitive Head because for many reasons. So I was like, all right, well, we're gonna not be Sensitive Head, I guess. Well, that wasn't gonna be the name, but then Dave kind of suggested Soft Spot, and I was like, that's cool, actually. I like that a lot.
Like a baby.
Like a baby, got a soft spot in their head.
Yeah.
And you know, I mean, it kind of, I guess, kind of plays into the music to some degree, but not really. I think people are kind of thrown off when they hear us and they like hear our band name, which I think is cool.
Yeah,
you know,
that's the trick.
Keep them off guard.
Yeah.
You know.
So you guys mentioned like how you're inspired and you take inspiration from a lot of different bands. What are like some specific inspirations?
I would say bands like Alice in Chains, band Hum, Super Heaven, Narrowhead, kind of stuff like that is like what I kind of like think of when I'm writing Soft Spot songs and stuff. I don't know what Dave thinks of when he's writing stuff, but is there anything you?
No.
No thoughts in his head at all, ever, actually.
This
is the most thoughts we're going to get.
Yeah. I like Soundgarden a lot. If I'm getting into a genre like that, so I kind of grew up with them. But, you know, he puts me on to stuff all the time, so I get to listen to something out of the box that I'm in, which is really nice too.
Yeah, I try to, like, you know, listen to other stuff. I always definitely go back to certain things, you know. I mean, there's just stuff that we all really, I think, really like, that we like to kind of repeat and re-listen to, you know, because it's like the times of the years are only like, what, 3 or 4 months, so it's like certain things I like listening to at certain points of the year, so I'm gonna be listening to the same stuff once spring hits or winter or whatever the fuck, fall. But yeah, so yeah, those are the bands I like and Dave likes. So,
like, what would you say that your music, like, what's your theme? Like, would you say it's like summer music? Would you say it's like winter music? Would you say it's like in your feelings? You know, how you, like, what would you call it?
I think it's all encompassing, really. I don't think, like, I think some of it can be kind of like a little like heavy-hearted and on the sadder side of, or like more, I don't know if I want to say like sad, but like more, I don't know, heavier, I guess, you know,
mellow,
feeling emotionally and stuff. So, but I think there's some songs that definitely could be like fall vibe, kind of more sadder winter kind of stuff. And then there's more stuff, some stuff that we have that are like kind of fun and more spring, summer kind of oriented. So, you know, I try not to be so sad and write like too much depressing stuff.
Yeah.
But it's tough because I feel like a lot of the times when I'm in the mood to write a song, it's like I am sad, or I, like, you know, have something that I want to kind of get out of my head, you know, which could be like emotionally driven or heavy.
So you mentioned that you both write songs, correct? Oh, do you guys write together, separately? Is it like a process where you come together at the end? Like, how do you do it?
Yeah, so a lot of times, like, I'll kind of just, like, bang out a song by myself, like, you know, chords, lyrics, or whatever, and I'll bring it to Dave, or I'll bring it to the band and kind of want to see how that comes out. But sometimes, you know, we have stuff that we individually will write. Dave will, like, come to me with a chord progression or bass line or something, or, you know, or we'll, like, come together and try to, like, figure out, you know, some stuff together, you know, like, kind of bounce ideas off of each other, and rather than just, like, having one little idea and then not doing anything with it. It's like I'll have kind of a concept of an idea, and then I'll try to bring it to Dave, or he might do the same. Or
like Voltron.
Yeah, exactly. Come on, forming like Voltron, dude, for real. So yeah, kind of, I think, you know, we try to get more collaborative now, and try to get to, when we practice and stuff, try to, like, kind of flesh out some more collaborative things, rather than just, like, you know, singular, like me just kind of being by myself writing music or whatever. You know, we trying to be more collaborative and bounce ideas off of each other and stuff. You know, I feel like it kind of helps the process along too.
My question is kind of like a two-part question. So you said before that you guys got, like, rebranded basically. When did your, like, music stop being like, oh, just like I'm just writing down, trying to get my feelings out, into, like, no, we could really be something, like we could really be big? Like, when did that click for you?
I think so when we, like, started working on our first album, so we had, like, put on, you know, we put out a few singles, we put out an EP that doesn't really exist on streaming platforms anymore, because it is a little bit different than what we're, like, kind of, like, headed direction wise. But I think when we were, like, putting out our first record, we were like, you know, seriously, like, we want to really do this. We went on the end of 2020, or well, the fall, end of the summer, fall 2024, we went on our first tour. And I mean, that was kind of hard getting to, because I was trying to book shows and try to get doing this thing I never did before.
Yeah.
But I learned a lot, and, like, I learned a lot for the next processes and the next time we've been on tour and stuff. But yeah, it just you know, we've been really kind of hitting at it, and I think once that tour kind of took off and we did that, we were like, okay, we did that, we want to do more. We were in the process of putting out a record, and that came out June 2025. So then our first single we had been working on, like, when we got back from tour and before we left for tour, called Loose, that came out January 3rd, 2025. And then we put out a couple more singles leading up to the album. And, you know, I mean, our sound too kind of has evolved since then. I think we've, like I said before, kind of, like, honed in on what our sound is and what we want to sound like. And so I think just the process of the first record kind of really gave us our, we, like, really sunk our boots into the ground, and we were like, you know, I think we could, you know, do something with this and do something with our music. And, you know, people, you know, hit us up and seem to dig it, or they come and see us and stuff. So it's cool being able to share your stuff and getting people to, you know, like, interact with it and, like, you know, tell you how they feel about it.
Yeah.
You know?
I feel that. How did you guys become a band? Both of you guys seem like you guys are both talented on your own. So what made you guys come together instead of, like, you know, having solo careers?
Dave, do you want to answer?
Sure.
Sure.
Yeah, let's hear what Dave has to say.
Yeah. I was playing with another, like, punk rock kind of rock and roll band, and I've known his uncle for a while, but we happened to be on the same bill. It was just him and our old drummer, Jim. And I was like, well, they look like they need a bass player. So I asked them if they needed a bass player, and they said yes, and kind of story wrote itself from there so far. But, yeah, it's been a blast ever since. Just keep going and going and going. This guy's steering the ship, so it's
Trying
awesome.
to.
Yeah.
I'm blind, though. Like, no, but it's been pretty cool. Yeah, you know, I've known Dave now for, like, 5 years. It feels like a million, you know, but
In a good way.
But yeah, so, like, yeah, when we first started, it was just it was kind of like White Stripes style, and just drummer, guitar, vocals, and just trying to figure it out. I was just trying to get people to, like, you know, play with me, like, to, you know, play music and stuff. And I was trying to find band members, and it's tough. I mean, it's really, sometimes it's also hard to find people who are, like, on the same, like, path as you, or, like, same kind of musical, you know, like, synchronization. Like, you know, it's like Dave played way different music, but he's wanted to kind of get to where we're at, and, like, has wanted to, like, you know, play different stuff than what he usually is comfortable with, because he, you know, sees the vision, or he loves, you know, just doing it. And I really appreciate that, you know, because it's hard to kind of meet people who also play different music than you, that then want to kind of join you on what you're, you know, what you have in your head and stuff. So, you know, I appreciate that.
And we get to figure it out together.
Yeah, for real.
Piggybacking off of the earlier conversation about tours and stuff, like, what was your most memorable performance? On your press release, it says you guys were in Pittsburgh, Toronto, Chicago, Milwaukee. So, like, I'm sure you guys have had plenty of memorable performances, but what do you think is the key performance?
Well, I think about last summer we played in Hamtramck, but it's like a suburb of Detroit. We played our buddy's album release. They're called Cherry Drop. And we played with them. We're playing May 22nd at Cafe 9, and they will be here in Connecticut. And then we're going to go back to Detroit in June and see them again. Yeah, their album release show was like June 27th. Was awesome. That's like a memorable one for tour that I like to think about a lot. If we're talking about like tour wise and stuff, shows. There's other shows that we weren't on tour for, that are definitely memorable too. But yeah, that's definitely one that stands out. And also another one we played in Pittsburgh this past tour on a Tuesday. It was really cool. I'll think about that one a lot.
Sneaky Tuesday.
Yeah, Sneaky Tuesday for sure.
For real.
Yeah. What about you, dude?
I was gonna say Pittsburgh. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was pretty killer.
Yeah, it was fun.
And pretty much the same too for me, you know, for tour stuff. The one in Detroit was just awesome.
Yeah, it was so sick. And yeah, it seemed like everybody was also like a part of the scene, and like either they were musicians or just people that were music people, and it was like very cool getting to experience that in another part, because I mean we do get to experience that here and with our own crowd and stuff, so it was nice getting to, you know, experience that in a different part of the country and people that don't know us and stuff, and so it was really cool. Yeah, I like that show a lot.
I was looking at you guys' cover arts, and I'm a graphic designer, so that always like stands out to me.
Yeah.
So my favorite cover arts was from the Art for Down. That
oh, nice.
Yeah, the cover art for what is
Blue
it?
one.
Yeah, that one, and then I liked the "Will Make You Cry." I think it was.
Oh yeah, heck yeah.
Yeah, those two stood out for me. Like, so where did you guys come up with the inspo when it comes to cover art? How do you make that? Do you
It's
just
tough.
have somebody just like listen to this album and make something, or?
I've definitely done that before, and that was with the album and with the all the singles and stuff. My buddy Jake, he's in a band called Sober Bill. He's a crazy good artist. He like drew that with gouache. He told me. I don't know what that means, but
It's paints. It's paints. Yeah.
He was just kidding. Not use gouache.
Gouache. Yeah, he could have just said whatever. Honestly, I would have believed him. But yeah, so he I asked him to, like, I was like, hey, you know our music, you know, could you maybe like draw something that you think would kind of emulate our sound, you know? And he's definitely like an emotive, like, I mean, I don't want to call him a sad artist, but a lot of his stuff really are like this really like, I don't know, guttural, like sad stuff, and very emotive. Like he can definitely conveys a lot of emotion with his painting and stuff. So we asked him, and you know, he drew us 2 drawings. There's another one we haven't used yet. I don't know what we're going to use it for, but yeah, that became the artwork for the album and for the singles and stuff. And so yeah, it was it's tough sometimes because I don't really know. I'm not a great drawer. I wish I was better of an artist, but I know what speaks to me. So it's like if I do see something that I'm like, oh, that needs to be it, or like, you know, but it's tough to come by that sometimes, you know. But yeah. So a lot of times I do just kind of hit up somebody and like, hey, you want to listen to the songs, and I'll pay you to draw for me, or you know, sometimes our friends will just draw stuff and they'll like give it to us. And
I like that. I like that the stuff is drawn, because a lot of the times, you know, people just take a photo, you know, edit it a little bit or something like that. But like, I feel like you said, like it gave emotion to the song a little bit extra. Like if you didn't feel nothing when you listen to the song, at least when you see the album cover, hopefully you might feel something. Yeah, for real. But I definitely do I really like those. They look beautiful, honestly.
Hell yeah, thank you. Yeah, Jake Narika. That's who drew it.
Quick plug.
Yeah, quick plug. He's the homie.
We talked a lot about your music, which is lovely, but let's get to know you guys like on a personal level. What's your guys' favorite non-music hobby?
Oh, it's like, honestly, like I feel like
non-music.
Yeah, what is non-music? Honestly, we've been, I mean, at this at least for really hard the last couple of years. So I mean, we've been a band for longer than that, but it's tough because I do a lot of music. Like it's a lot of what I live and breathe. Before the music got to me and I lost myself, I really liked soccer. I liked watching soccer. I liked playing soccer too. It was fun. I grew up playing baseball. I never played soccer growing up, but I think as I got older, this is like kind of fun. I like Legos. If I could have more time to build Legos, I would. Here, Dave, you got anything? I'll think of some more stuff.
I do carpentry for
Oh,
work.
yeah.
So,
Well, what other work things move you, David?
some down. Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, that's not
some
work.
downtime. I might take on some stuff outside of work. Like for my parents or something like that. Other than that, hanging with my dog, watching TV, stuff like that.
Yeah, I like going to see movies. I like it's different seeing a movie at home, seeing a movie in the theater. I don't know, it just feels right, So I love going to see movies. I'm thinking about getting the AMC movie pass because I should. Because movie tickets are expensive.
My friend actually got gifted the pass, and it
That's
was
tough.
worth it. Yeah, he definitely said it was worth it. So
yeah, no, it definitely is. I mean, you get like 4 tickets a week or something for any format. You can go 3D. You can do like whatever the heck they got, new stuff. So yeah, that stuff. I guess it's hard because music is kind of like all we're doing besides our day jobs and stuff. It's like to kind of feed the habit and kind of pay the bills and whatever. So. Yeah, it's tough. I don't know. I wish we'll see. Once we can get really into the music world and making music, I'll probably have a crap ton of hobbies.
yeah. What's the process like when it comes to making a song? Like, besides the fact about like feelings and stuff like that, like what do you do first? Like, do you make the lyrics first? Do you find a beat first?
Yeah, so it's like it's tough. I feel like just writing lyrics like off the rip. I wish I could. Sometimes I'll think of something and I'll write it in my phone and I'm like, that's got to get worked into something. But it's tough sometimes too because you like don't get back to stuff. Like I have a hard time at like writing something or putting out a chord progression and then never going back to it again. Like I have like 1,000 voice memos that haven't been used but are different stuff, But yeah, like the process is I'll really just like I usually like to have a chord progression first, and so I like do the music first and kind of like to at least have what I'm going to do for my verse. Sometimes I might not know what I'm going to do for my chorus, and then I go to Dave and I'm like, could we figure something out? Could we do something here with this? But sometimes, it'll be the same chords for the chorus too. It doesn't matter, But yeah, it's usually the music first, and then like however that makes me feel or whatever I'm feeling in the moment. If I'm like feeling happy, sad, whatever, I like draw from that emotion and then kind of like draw a storyline or like, it is like what has actually happened, and I'll just draw out of my head like what I'm feeling and put it into the song, or really try to like, just like put it all in there. And so yeah, it's really starts with the music first, and then lyrics kind of come afterwards. Lyrics will pretty much always come last.
Yeah, that's how I am. Like when I find a fire beat, because I be rapping sometimes.
Nice.
I find a fire beat, I might go into my notes and look back at like any because sometimes I say stuff and I'm like, yeah, that's a bar, and I'll just write it down. But most of the time, I definitely find the song first.
Yeah, and then if you do have that stuff written down, you get back to it. You can add it to stuff. There's definitely stuff that I've done that with before. So it's nice to when you have an idea, get it down. Because you don't know if you're gonna get back to it. You probably will.
I want to know like how would you guys describe each other? Like for example, why don't you two describe each other in like your band dynamic?
All right, yeah. So Dave's the homie. I mean, he's always just down to do stuff and help out in whatever way possible. So it's like I don't even have to like question if I know something's going to be tedious. I know Dave's going to help me, or at least like go out of his way to ask, So it like definitely helps getting stuff done, and like he's definitely he's a go-getter kind of guy, he's like, when I say we're going to do something, he's never like,
I don't want to.
Yeah, I don't want to. He's like, oh, how are we going to do this, or what are we going to do it, and like, so I appreciate that greatly because that helps the movement of stuff, and if I didn't have that, it's like I'm not really. I get a lot of ideas, but I'm not really great with like executing them, So it's I appreciate having Dave to kind of like help me out. I don't know if you guys know Jimmy Neutron, but Professor Calamitous, he's like does 50% of his stuff. I feel like Professor Calamitous sometimes because I do like half of the stuff and then I can't finish the other half. So it's like it's great to have Dave because he kind of helps me kind of put it all together, branch it all together.
Thanks, man. I need a tissue. Gianni is the crusading spaceman.
That's really cool.
It steers the ship and makes it fun to do. Part A inspires us, and we just kind of just keep going. And it's like when I say steers the ship, I mean not just like musically, but like anything we have as a band is through him. I mean, he's great to work with, easygoing guy, fun dude, for sure, and a good friend.
Thank you, David.
Yeah.
That's really sweet. I love you guys' dynamic.
He could have just told me he hated me and we would have broke up right now.
So I just want to put in a quick plug real quick. They just released a new song, Temporary Bliss, and their music video just came out April 3rd. So my question about that is, where do you guys come up with the inspo for music videos? Because I don't know. I just feel like that's just like such a hard thing to do. Like, you know, like come up with a whole like 3-4 minute long visual for your song. So where do you guys come up with that?
Yeah, it is really tough. It's tough to like visualize. I feel like I can listen to somebody else's song and like be like, oh, that would be cool as a music video.
This
but
is
it's like
happening now in this part. Yeah.
Yeah.
But for your own stuff.
It's
That's
tough.
the story.
Yeah, it's tough to get into it too, and like the brain work of it, because like you are so invested into the song the whole time, especially like when you're recording, when you're writing it, recording it, you know, like getting it out. It's like your brain is so involved in the song that almost I feel like I get lost in the sauce of it, you know. Like I just get lost in the how it you know, the real like bigger picture of it, because I feel like I'm so inside of it. But then sometimes I feel like that could help, because we had an idea. We all kind of, when we recorded the song, we kind of came up with the idea, and we kind of branched off of that and kept running with that. And, you know, it's where the Temporary Bliss music video came out. It definitely, I think, started with a different idea than how it was executed, but the execution was still kind of in line with what we wanted.
As a big picture, definitely.
Yeah, for sure. You know, but it all kind of develops as you're doing it, you know, and it's like you can't stop yourself from doing it because of the end product or what you think the end product's going to be. You know, it's like sometimes you just kind of have to do it to get to the end and get that thing out there, you know. It's like, because that's then the best part is what comes after that, and the other stuff you can do. It's like if you stop doing it, then you're not ever going to do it. Nobody's ever going to hear it or care, you know, and it's like you just got to chip away. And I'm like been with the music video, I feel like we just kind of had this idea that built on it as when we recorded it. So it's been, you know, I mean, it was maybe like 3 or 4 months from when we recorded it to when we shot the music video. So that one kind of came out a little bit easier. I feel like when we think about other stuff, it's kind of hard. The Down music video was very easy because that was just like us kind of just like in the woods. We had a VHS camera, and it's just kind of like looks cool, and we're just like singing the song. But I'd love to get more cinematic, and like I said, I love movies. I'd love to get more, you know, like kind of like, you know, I guess better production of you know, music video stuff, because I think it does look cool, and it can be very cool, and it's cool being able to do that stuff. Like if I didn't do music, if we didn't do music, I wouldn't be able to do that. I wouldn't be able to make a music video or like direct a music video or something. So it's like cool getting to be able to be behind that, and like having the opportunity to, because I wouldn't be able to, you know, without it, really. I mean, I would if I'd have to go into other directions and stuff, and like get people to be like, please let me do this. But this is for my band, so it's like, you know, I don't have to shake anybody.
What can we expect from Soft Spot in the future? Like, I know with Temporary Bliss, that's the opening song to your EP, but what else is going on?
Yeah, so we're going back on tour in June. So we're doing another 10 shows in 10 days, kind of like out Midwest, down south. May 22nd, we're playing Cafe 9. And then, you know, we got more songs we're working on. New songs. I actually just like wrote a couple new songs this week. So I just want to get more stuff out, more music out, more music videos, more stuff. You know, it's like the time's now, you know. So there's going to be a lot. You know, we're going to put this EP out May 22nd, tour in June. And but I'd like to put out, you know, maybe 1 or 2 more songs, you know, before the year ends, or kind of something to build into 2027. Just getting what we can done, you know. But there's definitely a lot to come, so we're excited. I'm very excited for the year. All
right, I do have one last question before we wrap it up. What is something that you want your listeners to take away from your music?
Hope they cry, at least in the first one.
Like the album.
Not really. I want them to be happy.
I want them to, I don't know, kind of like, I guess, feel the connection through the music, and like kind of feel like, you know, if the song finds them or something finds them or something like that, whatever they're feeling, that they know that they're not alone in that feeling, and that we all kind of like feel these things, and that it's cool to be sad, and it's cool to feel how we feel. And I think that's important, and I think certain stuff does find you at the right time. So if our songs do find you at the right time, then, you know, I hope that it, you know, brings you some sort of semblance of togetherness, and maybe some happiness through the sadness.
Yeah.
You know?
Y'all heard it here. Soft Spot wants you guys to feel heard.
Yeah, absolutely.
Where can viewers find you online?
Yeah, so you can find us on Instagram. We're Soft Spot the Band on Instagram, and then we got an internet. Oh my god, we have a website on the internet. The whole internet. No, but we have a website. It's softspotct.com. Yeah, that's what it is. And then we're on Bandcamp. We're on YouTube. SoftspotCT2.
All right. Thank you guys so much for talking with us today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We really did enjoy this.
Yeah, me too.
This is
fun.
my best interview so far.
Yeah.
You guys did an amazing job. And I
Thank
do
you.
actually
Me
really
too.
like you guys' music and your
Oh,
cover
Oh,
art.
it's
You'll
phenomenal.
have to tell us
Yeah.
your music. I want to listen to your
Oh,
stuff.
mine is not actually released.
tight.
Oh, why? What do you
I
mean
just-
you do?
I do it for fun. I do it for fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really did enjoy interviewing you guys. I wish you guys the best with you guys'
Thank
career.
you. You too.
I hope you guys have the best tour in June, and
Thank
I
you,
hope
thank
your
you.
release does amazing.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
So much.